Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea Price and I will be doing a presentation today on 3 pieces of advice for how to do well in a job interview. And I am actually going to be talking about my own personal experience and giving you tips off of what I've done. I competed for Miss Wyoming for 5 years, and part of the competition process is we take place in a 10-minute private interview with the judges. We have anywhere between 5 and 7 judges per competition, and including the state and local competitions and my team competition, I actually have gone through probably 12 different competition interviews as well as multiple mock interviews. So I have a lot of experience in interviewing for jobs. So my first part of this is to dress for the job that you want. If you go into a job interview wearing sweats, wearing sneakers, looking like you haven't washed your hair in days, just not looking presentable, the first thing that they're going to do is completely shut off, because if you can't look the part, how are you supposed to act the part? How are you supposed to complete the job professionally or well if you can't even dress the part? So that's the first piece of advice. Make sure you're presentable. Make sure that you look like you want to be there and that you care about yourself and that you care about the job. Second one is to gain as much knowledge as possible, not only about the people that you're interviewing with, but about the job, about the organization, about the company or business that you're interviewing for. You need to know as much as you possibly can about what you're interviewing for, not only so you can answer the questions that they ask you, but so you can ask your own questions later on in the interview or at the end, because most employers will ask you if you have any questions for them. So that's going to be a huge, huge part of it. The very final thing that, in my opinion, is actually the most important is to practice. You can't just walk into an interview and expect to do well. You need to practice what you're going to say, how you're going to say it. One thing that I found difficult when I first started competing for Miss Wyoming is that I am confident in where I stand on certain issues, but I also am the kind of person that I research both sides of things. I make sure I understand both sides, and that was hard for me to convey because I wouldn't just say, like, this is where I stand. I would say, well, this is where I stand, but da 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 da. And it made it seem like I didn't know what I was talking about, which I did because I had researched it, but because I was so focused on making sure that the judges understood that I understand both sides, it made me seem wishy-washy. And so that was something I had to work a lot on, was just being able to have my stance and know that that's where I stand and that's okay. So being able to practice even in front of people, get your friends, your family, coworkers, anything to help you practice for the interview. Have them ask you questions, have them rate or grade you on how you're saying them, what you're saying. That's going to be the biggest help to you. I promise you it will be the biggest help. I would not have done so well in an interview if I had not practiced. So yeah, those are my 3 tips on how to prepare for an interview. So dress for the job that you want, gain as much knowledge as you can about the company and organization, and practice so hard. So I hope you guys had a wonderful semester. I hope you have a wonderful next semester, and I enjoyed having class with you.